stories from the world of pro wrestling. Whether you're a diehard fan or just stepping into the squared circle, we're here to give you the real scoop on everything happening in the ring.
I'm your host, RJD, and we're about to take a ride through the latest and greatest in pro wrestling. Get ready for all our hot takes, deep dives, and all the wrestling you never knew you needed.
Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button and join What the Wrestling family so you never miss an episode. Now let's step into the ring.
You're listening to the What the Wrestling podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is.
Tiger uppercut.
Smacketh of the down, everybody. Yeah, until Collision gets back on track, we're not doing no Collision. It's not happening.
You stupid.
Not happening. But we do have some Smackdown to talk about. So before we get into it, it's going to be a short time, not a long time. Let us not waste any more time. Let's go. Yes. Tis I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling. Once again, I'm your host, RJD. Hit the like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Roll it across the bottom of your screen on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. All right, no updates, so moving right along. Smackdown, everybody. Smackdown, dare I say it, was a good show. We'll save the main event for the main event, but we had a lot going on this show. We had some NXT people that they seem to be calling up a lot more now. We had Mr. Bouncy, Javon Evans up there. We had Ethan Page up there. Ricky Saints has lost the belt. So we got a lot going on. A lot of implications. We got women probably imminently on their way to the main roster. I heard through the grapevine that Miss Mariah May has signed a contract, or at the very least is headed to NXT. So hopefully that's true. We'll see. Mariah May, well, let's start here. For all you Mariah May haters, you get booed for that.
You stupid.
That's an L. Mariah May leaving AEW. We don't know if she's signed. We don't know if she's not. We're just going to have to wait and see. I just love the fact that she might be going. Collars all messed up. That she might be going over to NXT. In 2 years in AEW, she went crazy. AEW's women's division, it's like they're feeding everybody to Mercedes Moné. They're feeding everybody to Toni Storm. And why would we want tag team titles for women over there? I mean, we could have them. They got enough women for it. But Tony Khan, he has his favorites. He keeps his favorites, and that's about it. And at the end of the day, Mercedes Moné is probably going to beat Toni Storm. Where does that leave everybody else? Who's going to actually beat the damn girl? I don't know. This is bad all around over there. And if I'm Mariah May, I'm like, get me the hell out of here. And shout out to Jim Ross. Hopefully he's doing better. But like he always says, there's only one of two reasons cash or creative. The cash was probably good, but the creative for the women in AEW sucks. So they got to get better at that. They got to get better.
Nope.
So hopefully she is going to NXT. That'll be dope. So we'll see what happens there. But we had a lot going on in this show. Let's start here. So we had a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Jade, Nia Jax, and Bianca was out there. Being that this is her hometown. Her family was there. Everybody, they did some marching band stuff. I guess that's a Knoxville thing. Cool. And everybody was happy to see her. And here comes Naomi. She begged for forgiveness and then says, you know what? I broke into your house. And it would be a shame if something happened to you or happened to your mom or your dad or something. She was just getting sinister and sadistic with it. And I was like, oh, okay. I like it. I like Naomi as a heel. I want them to give her a monster push as a heel. And then maybe the person who beats her is Jade. I don't know. I don't care. But I like Naomi, what she's doing. Hopefully she gets a run. But at the end of the day, Naomi also, she said in an interview, she also wants kids. So you can't really, if you get a monster push, that might be 6, 7, 8 months. But you got to be on top and be available. So, and right now she's doing some of the best work of her career. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But this brought out Jade. They had their little skerfuffle. Nia Jax comes out. They start the qualifying match, and Naomi gets the win here. Nia Jax did the sit down on, she tried to do it on both Jade and Naomi. Naomi got out of it, hit it with the crucifix pin, and got the win. So shout out to her. Shout out to her. So it looks like, I don't know. I have to see how these Money in the Bank qualifying matches kind of stack up. And once they're all done, I would love, then I'll be making predictions. But we'll see what happens. I don't see her winning it because she's got the issue with Jade, and Jade will probably stop her from winning it. So we'll see. We'll see. And word on the street is Triple H doesn't really like Money in the Bank. So I wouldn't be surprised in a couple of years he gets rid of it. So we'll see. R-Truth was backstage. He ran into Solo Sikoa and them boys when they came in. And R-Truth, man, he was trying. He was like, playing off of their weight because they some big boys. Man, he was trying to get them to crack. Nobody would crack. He gonna get them though. He was trying to get them to break so bad.
Give me a hell yeah.
R-Truth is a national treasure, man. He almost, I don't know if he almost got him, but Mateo was just looking at him like, bro, who are you? Get out of my face. He's like, you know what? How about I go teach you a lesson inside the ring? And he went to go over there, but JC and Mateo fought him, ended up beating his ass, tore up the islands. Very impressive move. Jimmy comes out for the rescue, saved Truth from the beatdown by Mateo and Solo Sikoa. But at the end of the day, Solo said, yo, listen, don't beat him up. And they left Jimmy there. So Solo had his own, not Solo, Jacob Fatu had his own things to worry about. So he got the hell out of there. So, and he went on to confront Mr. Damian Priest. So when Damian Priest went out there to talk, he just says, what's next for him? He doesn't know. He has to see what he wants to do next. But he basically called out Jacob Fatu and said, yo, listen, coming for you, man. And he was like, you know what? When Fatu came out, kind of gave him a head nod and was like, I'll see you soon. And I look forward to that match. Don't know if he going to beat Fatu, but I look forward to that match. We also had Zelina Vega fighting Alba Fire because they lobbied backstage because Chelsea Green was not cleared. So, and she got her nose broken again. They lobbied backstage to Nick Aldis to have somebody suspend her and take her belt. He said, I ain't going to do that. And she said, well, you know what? You got to fight Alba Fire. So Alba Fire got a match with Zelina Vega and lost with the code red. Cool. Great. There was some interference, all of that stuff. But all in all, Zelina Vega gets the win. Then we had a very weird segment to me. I know I'm bouncing all over the place, but bear with me. We had a very weird segment. The Street Profits came out And then all the other tag teams came out, all talking their junk. And then the lights go off, the Wyatt Six comes out, and they beat everybody down. Now, this makes everybody, including the champions, look soft. They just keep getting beat up. And I know the Wyatt Six is hot right now. They're back, but way to kill your tag team division. I don't know. It doesn't look good on the whole division when the Wyatt Six just comes out and keeps kicking everybody's ass. Eventually, we got to have a match or a qualifier or something. We don't need the supernatural shit. Good old-fashioned match. That'll get everything solved. But the Wyatt Six laid everybody out. So we'll see what happens there. Los Garza, Angel and Berto. They fight Mr. Bounty, Javon Evans, and Rey Fenix. And I don't like the fact that Rey Fenix is not feeling. I'm not feeling the love. I'm not feeling I'm not feeling the love with Rey. They kind of gotta get this right. I don't want him getting pinned all the goddamn time. I don't like this. Rey Fenix is too damn good to just be in the mid card and stay there. Because Penta feels like a big deal, even though he has taken a loss or two. And listen, everybody's not going to be freaking perfect all the time. I get it. But I don't know. He doesn't. The luster is starting to fade. The luster is starting to fade. So, Mike Evans basically took the loss here. Mike Evans. I'm thinking about football. Javon Evans.
You stupid.
Javon Evans took the loss here. Los Garza with the whole standing up, slam you on your head finisher. That was pretty cool. North American NXT champion Ethan Page and Santos Escobar interfered in the match. Ethan Page was up there getting, jousting verbally with Javon Evans, who they've had their things at NXT. Rey Fenix was out there drawing with him. And listen, the fact that Ethan Page is getting some burn, I love it. Because he can go in the ring, and that man can cut a promo. He's good on the mic. So nothing was happening for him in AEW. But like we said, we've seen AEW shift in the past 2 years from what it used to be, where all the unknowns and all the people that you might not have heard of got a chance and got some burn. Now it's not that way. So definitely not that way. So shout out to Los Garza. They finally got a win. Like I said, this tag team division is good. They got tag teams. They just need to, is a weird pairing, Javon Evans and Rey Fenix, whatever. But the tag team division is just lackluster because there's no story behind it. There's no nothing. There's no feeling, no love, no nothing. So they got to kind of get that right. Got to figure that out. So that is what happened there. Money in the Bank qualifying match. Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, and Jacob Fatu. Fatu basically almost had the match won, but he got distracted, and Andrade was able to hit after hitting the message on Hayes. Fatu had the match won before Solo and Matea distracted him, and what made it worse is Jimmy Uso attacking Fatu's teammates, and Andrade got the win, beat everybody. So shout out to Andrade El Idolo. Good for him. Haven't seen him. I mean, they got so many goddamn talented wrestlers, but we have not seen him in a hot minute. So wasn't getting no burn in AEW. Not getting any burn over here.
Tiger uppercut.
I don't know. I'm not going to hit the finish him yet, but we're not going to stick a fork in him, but we will hit this. Andrade, man, I hope you get some burn sometime soon, because I don't want them to be playing with you like this. Remember Andrade in NXT Black and Gold? Remember that? What happened to that guy? Jesus Christ. Show Mr. Andrade some love. So he'll be in Money in the Bank. And you know he's crazy, so he's probably going to do some crazy stuff. Then we had Cody Rhodes come out. We had Cody come out. We had Jay come out. We had Cena come out. And, I mean, this was rapid fire. I mean, when it comes to Cena, you better be able to be on that mic, and you better be able to talk. Because if you can't talk on that mic, Cena is going to cut your ass into a million pieces. And Cena got on the crowd, cutting into the encore on Jay's performance, but you know, enough of the encore stuff. Cena said, he said, you want to be me? He said, you want to have my money and you want to have my fame, but he said, you're too something and you're too lazy. Oh, that was a good little quote. And then he said, Logan Paul doesn't need to pay his dues because he's paying your mortgage. So whatever that means. Uso had enough, and he's like, I'm tired of this. Paul came out there, and Paul was like, listen. He went in on the crowd, and he was like, you stupid, simple, idiot people in Knoxville. So, you know, he went on the crowd, and they started talking junk, and it is what it is. It got to the point where it was like, listen, we don't got to do nothing. We can fight right here, right now. We don't got to wait till Money in the Bank. Cody took off his jacket, and he's posturing up, and Cena's ready to leave, and Logan is like, yo, let's go get him. Cena's like, nah, we out. And then Logan is like, nah, let's kick the ass real quick. And what ends up happening is he's like, what are you gonna he's like, what are you gonna go back there and polish his peacemaker? That was a good line. And then they ended up fighting, and all hell broke loose. You know, we had a
Tiger uppercut.
And then they went all out, everybody fighting. And what ended up happening is, the baby faces stood tall. So the baby faces stood tall. They got hit out. Paul and Cena had to get out of there. They were gone, and that was that. Now, the thing with this is, I think this is going to be one hell of a match. I think for Cena too, like Cena is, I mean, he's doing more dates than Roman right now. He's doing more dates than a lot of other people. So we cannot sit up here and shit on Cena. When he said this is it, he's like, yo, I'm going to take as many dates as I can. I'm going to go shoot some movies. I'm going to come back. But he's really putting forth the effort. And it's a good way to save him. You know, he had a little short match with R-Truth, which is good. You put him in a tag team match here. Money in the Bank, tag team match. He don't got to do a lot of work. He could come in, do his greatest hits. Come in, get out, tell a good story, which we know he knows how to do. Get on the mic, talk his junk. We're good. So, and then they can start turning him back to babyface. But now I don't even know how that's going to work because the crowd is really. Remember back in 2012 when they were arguing, let's go Cena sucks, because they were shoving him down everybody's throat, and it was Super Cena, and everybody didn't like that. Now, if this was back in 2012, it would have been perfect. But now we're here, and we actually like Cena. We know he's great, and we acknowledge his greatness. But now we're going to have to wait and see how they're going to get him back to a good guy. But we'll see. We'll see if he does. So we had a 2D or 1D. I guess they're calling it a 1D. And then we had the disaster kick. He had a couple of disaster kicks in his suit. That would never not be impressive. Got to be hard to hit a disaster kick in your suit. That's got to be hard. You know, you don't really got the flexibility. You know, suits are confined. So babyface stood tall. That was it. That was all she wrote. So pretty good show. SmackDown is staying at 3 hours for the foreseeable future.
Finish him.
Somebody please help me. Why does SmackDown have to be 3 hours? This is not good at all.
Oh my God.
This makes me very sad. SmackDown needs to be 2 hours, but they're making too much money and they're not putting it back to 2 hours.
You stupid.
Not feeling that.
Nope.
Not even a little bit. That's an L. You know, it's an L for us. It's an L for the fans who got to sit there and watch SmackDown for 3 hours when it's a long ass show. It's an L for us, goddammit. It's an L for us. But that's all I got. That's it. I'm not watching Collision, so ain't gonna be no review on that. But we do got Monday Night Raw coming on Monday with some more news. So any other news I get on Mariah May, I'll be certain to drop it here. Any other news I get on somebody making moves, NXT. I'm starting to like NXT again. We got people moving up, probably Jordan Gray, Stephanie Van Kerr, Mariah May might be going in there. Yeah, it's looking pretty good right now. It's looking pretty good right now in WWE. I'm not gonna lie. The plethora of talent is simply amazing. Simply amazing. So looking forward to it. But Monday Night Raw review on Monday. Know what the wrestling news brief tomorrow. But there will be a Monday Night Raw review. So look out for that. As for me, I am out. know what this means? That means I'm gone. I'll catch y'all on the next